Caleb Williams has spoken about the trademark battle that he's having with George Gervin and the Iceman name. We're going to go through some of his comments and break that down. Then myself and C Dub are going to give our biggest question heading into the NFL draft. And of course, it is one of the best days of the week, Saturday, mailbag day. We're going to get into that. But before we do so, you already know, you got to hear the music first. What's going on, Chicago Bears fans, and welcome back into another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. I'm your host here, Bobby, joined by C Dub. So if y'all tuned in, love what y'all listening to today and rocking with the Bears and bearing down, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. C Dub, Caleb Williams response.
he talked this shit. He coming right back?
He coming right back. Letting people know. So Caleb Williams, for context purposes, sat down in an interview with Front Office Sports with Ben Horney. Yeah, we gonna just keep going. And he talked about the Iceman controversy and talked about why he attempted to trademark the name and who gave him the name for guys like Skip Bayless, who claim they watch all the games but didn't necessarily know what or hear the Iceman moniker. I'm gonna start off with who gave him the Iceman name. Caleb Williams said, at first, I didn't per se like the nickname. I thought there were cooler nicknames, and then it all came together. My teammates gave me the name. My teammates started calling me it around the facility and things like that. I kind of let it fester and let it become what it is right now. I've actually earned a liking of the name, so I just wanted to trademark it just to make sure that we can control what's being made and put out about me using the name. It's the right fit, right nickname, and I think it fits. Chicago's freaking frigid for many, many months out of the year. I think it fits. Now, C-Dub, that's one part on how the origin of how it became or how he became the quote unquote Iceman. And he said, when he spoke about the battle with George Gervin, he said this. It's funny because I didn't know. My dad probably knows his nickname was that, but between me and George or anything like that, it's more or less people making clothing or people making things like that, and I can't control what people are making of me or anything like that and putting the name on it. So it's just to control that aspect of it. That was the main reason of doing it. End quote, pretty much trademarking Iceman. C-Dub, how do you feel about Caleb Williams' response?
I think it's really hitting on the point right there. Like, he didn't like name himself Iceman. He got it the normal way that people get their nicknames, supposedly, end quote. You're going to get your nicknames naturally, organically from your peers around you. And it don't matter if you like it or not. You're probably going to be named that name. And then in this instance, Caleb Williams didn't like it at first, but he learned to love it because it fits, because it's cold as hell in Chicago for about 4 or 5 months, right?
Yeah.
It's like damn near Canada around this motherfucker for 4 or 5 months. So he was like, yeah, I get it now. I'm an Iceman, and then I'm icing my veins, he say. And he's just trying to control the narrative, bro. He like, if y'all go be putting me on T-shirts and saying I'm Iceman, I need my look, y'all gonna have to break me off.
Not real.
And why not? And I don't see that hurting nobody else, especially George Gervin, which is probably, I think you should be given a limit how long you should be able to use a nickname. I think you should be able to be given the limit, unless you one of the all-time greats, like Air Jordan. I don't know if anybody can use it, but you could try. You could try to use it, see if it fits. Like Bean Bryant, you know what I'm saying? Like the Black Mamba. Nobody could come in there and be like, I'm the Black Mamba now. But the Iceman, it was right there, bro. We know who you are. I know who you are, George Gervin. But it ain't like it's like stamped with you forever that nobody else can use Iceman. Caleb obviously can take the name to higher levels and higher plateaus. Let him have it. Because it's already is. What you gonna do about it? Sue him? Good luck. You gonna
I
do?
agree with you, bro. The way that nickname is supposed to come about is definitely supposed to be organic. Like my son, for instance, his name is Braylon. I start calling him Braylo, and we put it on a jersey for his football team. Guess what? All his teammates was calling him Braylo.
Braylo.
It's just what it is. Everybody be called Bray. No, I said your name is Braylo when you're on the
Oh, bro.
football field. And Muggs is calling him Braylo, even the coach. Hey, Braylo, come on. Hey,
Oh,
Braylo, come
bro.
on. You come back in the game. We need you back out there. So I agree with Caleb Williams, man. People throwing the Jumpman logo on t-shirts. I might do it myself. I ain't gonna lie. Before this trademark come, I might have to do it real quick. I ain't gonna but to the point is, man, you can't be mad at the man trying to do business the right way and capitalize off his quote unquote name and brand. You can't be mad at that. So I get it that like George Gervin and like I'm not one of them guys again, not gonna disrespect what he did for the ABA and NBA. He balled out. You know what I'm saying? But that was a long time ago, bro. I ain't even see it. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I wasn't even born yet. But I'm gonna show my respect and say you hooped when I went back and looked at some of your footage. But now it's time to pass that on to this young man that's trying to capitalize off his name. And you shouldn't be mad at it. And I respect Caleb Williams for coming out and speaking on it because a lot of people would try to duck it or just simply say F that and screw that. We don't even know who he is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think he did it the right way. I think he did it the right way, bro.
And Caleb, he a very strong young man. So he said, "Man, we could talk about it if you want to talk about it." You know what I'm saying? But I would bet George Gervin would not want to talk about it because it ain't nothing fucking to talk about.
It's
The
nothing.
name, it really ain't nothing to talk. What's going to be the conversation? Hey, bro, you want to use that nickname that your teammates gave you? What are you going to give me? Or what are you going to try to get some of the money, George Gervin? Caleb ain't going. Just move on, George. We still know you as the Iceman. Both of y'all can have that moniker. It don't make any sense that you making causing all this problems and shit. Both of y'all can have a moniker.
If I'm Caleb Williams, defense attorney, I'm pulling up Skip Bayless clip. Your name was supposed to be Iceberg Slim.
Yep.
Your name was supposed to be Iceberg.
Yep.
I ain't trying to hear none of that.
I ain't trying to hear
But
shit,
hey,
bro. How you get
I
Iceman
respect
out of
Caleb Williams
Iceberg?
coming out. Yeah, you
I
already
respect
know.
George Gervin too, man. Just sit your
Agree.
old ass down.
For real, you already know. But see, Dub, now we got to switch on over to the draft. We know there's a lot of things that has been done up until this point. Teams are still doing their due diligence. We've had pro days come around. We have top 30 visits come around. But let's let the people know what's your biggest question heading into the draft. And then I'll give mine.
Okay. All right. First, before I give my biggest question, I have a big inquiry. My inquiry is who's going to be the third wide receiver for the Chicago Bears? Not that big of a problem, but it'll be interesting to know. Will it be Jade Walker or will it be anybody else we bring up in here? But for the answer to the question, what is the plan with the center position? I am going to constantly hit this over the head because it is so important. If you cut the head off the snake will never live. The head of the snake for the Chicago Bears is, nephew, Caleb Williams is the head of the snake.
I didn't
Now,
know where you was going with that.
if you do not protect, okay, if you do not protect the head of the snake, which is Caleb Williams, the prize, the money. If you don't protect the money, for all you rappers, protect the money. We in Chicago know if we don't protect the money, you're going to lose it. If you don't protect Caleb, and he's constantly getting sacked and pressured, he's not Superman. All he can't. He can't do that shit every single play. This shit ain't gonna continue to work. We must protect Caleb, and the center position is one of the most important positions on that offensive line. I will not accept a band-aid for a year. I want a young man to just go through his troubles, his ups and downs in his first year, and learn to gel with a group that was already progressing. Shout out to Drew Dowman. I don't know what happened, but he decided to retire early. But now that means we must find a younger guy or somebody who's spectacular to keep Caleb upright and keep him healthy, because I am really worried about the offensive line, the center position.
Understood. I think that's fair. You go in with it. We know Bradbury is probably going to be a 1-year guy to fit in the role. And you definitely, I think it's fair to ask the question, okay, what about next year and the year after that and moving forward? A solution has to come up and a move has to be made to solidify said position. Agreed. Now, my biggest question is the Chicago Bears fans, the Atlanta Falcons, we all fought for the pick. Roger Goodell still said no. The rules are the rules. But I'm trying to figure out what rule are we talking about? We talking about the Rooney rule or or a rule that y'all just made up in y'all head? Because I'm trying to figure it out for myself. So no compensatory picks for the Chicago Bears going into this draft will be given to them. So my biggest question is, Ryan Pose, are you about to trade back in this draft to get more picks? And how would Chicago feel about that? Will it depend on if your quote unquote guy is not there at 25? And how far are you willing to trade back? That's the biggest question I have today. Obviously, next week, I might have another question because you never know with the Bears. You never know around the NFL. But as of today, my biggest question is, Ryan Pose, are you trying to trade back to get more picks? Because in that press conference around the NFL Combine, he talked about wanting picks. So will you trade back, and how far will you trade back if that's the thing?
Are you speaking about the first round pick at 25?
That's what I'm saying.
We're already back.
I'm just saying.
I'm not directing it at you. I'm
That's
saying we're
why it's just a big
already
question
back.
that I have today. It's gonna be another question next week. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Okay.
Today.
I don't like that Ryan Pose. Ain't no fucking trading back, especially with that round pick, bro. What the fuck is wrong? I thought that they came out and said that we're looking at the best talent available, basically what they were saying, him and Ben Johnson.
That's what I'm
so
saying.
Why would you trade back and get lesser talent?
I'm just saying
math ain't mathing.
That's a valid point. But let's just say, for the sake of discussion, you trade back into the second with somebody that was at the top of the draft, and then you get an additional third that's at the top of the third. You know what I mean? Is that something that you're willing to entertain if your quote unquote guy is not there? You know what I'm saying? Well, that's why it's a big question.
But through their comments, it sounds like they don't have a guy. They're looking for best available. That's what I'm getting out of all their comments. So there's not a guy.
I think it's fair. That's why I'm asking the question to
Don't
get y'all
start fucking acting up, Ryan Pose. Fucking start acting crazy.
Y'all let us know how y'all feel about those questions and what are some of your biggest questions heading into the draft. Let's talk about it down below, and also respond to or give your reaction to the latest from Caleb Williams in the Iceman Trademark battle. But C-Dub, we got a thin voicemail today. We're gonna just go ahead and jump right into it, man. Hey, this first one is from my guy Milton, and he's sounding better. Here y'all time out.
Shout out my boy.
Yo, Chicago Bears Central, them Cognac boys, what it do? It's Milton the Dark Knight on this beautiful Friday evening, and I kicked Paula's ass. So I'm back up in the sound of my voice. It's sounding better. I'm feeling better. With that being said, gentlemen, let's go ahead and get right into it. Well, I'm looking forward to this year's draft. It's happening on the week of my birthday. Well, it is happening actually on my second daughter's birthday. She'll be the big 1-8 on actual April the 23rd. So I'm looking forward to that. So draft. My daughter's birthday on top of the beginning day of the draft, so I'm looking forward to that. But here's what I want to get into, gentlemen. Number one, with us losing like 5 to 6 starters on the defensive line, especially that secondary, because figure we got Jack Sanborn coming back, the Sandman coming back. We got Austin Booker, and then y'all mentioned, we got Zay Frazier, Shamar Turner, and I forgot what the other dude's name. I can't think of it right offhand. Coming back, so would you say they would be the replacement guys for the guys that left in free agency? As long as we can develop them, especially Jack Sanborn, I'm more concerned about him coming back. I'm not saying he's terrible, but because he played under Matt Eberflus, hopefully DA can get the Eberflusism out of his system and start playing on DA system, playing and everything with our team. So I'm looking forward to that. But do you think they will be the proper backups to the guys that we lost in free agency? And then two, I have to agree with both you, Bobby, and C-Dub. C-Dub, I understand what you're saying with the red flag, with the center position. And I also understand that we should go ahead and draft a very, a rookie center, for that position so he can sit there and develop or even get some playing time during the preseason and or the regular season if need be. So we'll have that center. We won't have to worry about abandoning things in the in the near future. But I also understand where you're coming from, Bobby. You're not saying he's going to go scorch earth on his team and everything. As long as he keeps our quarterback upright, they're not committing too many penalties. We should be good to go. So I'm definitely looking up to that. And definitely overall, I'm just excited about this draft. I know they'll probably go mostly defense for the first few picks. But do you believe they need to trade up or trade down in the first round, or just leave it as is and just go with the picks we already have? That's the other question that I have. But anyway, I hope y'all have a great rest of your week and a good weekend. And all y'all Chicago Bears fans, don't forget to check out NFL Show with my man Bobby and Steve-O. As always, Chicago up, Bear down. I'll holler at you on the next one. I'll holler.
That sound like a man that beat Pollen ass. Shout out to Milton. C-Dub, what you got for us?
Yeah, the first question, did you say that can these guys hold their end of the bargain, or that replace the players that we lost in Austin Booker? I do think he could. I'm not 100% all in on Austin Booker. I'm not, but I think that he can. He does have that motor. He's a very talented guy. I would just like to see him do it more consistently and for a longer stretch of time from Austin Booker. And don't you worry about my son, Jack Sanborn. He ain't gotta have it. You see, y'all just disqualify him because he don't have all the athletic gifts. But sometimes players come along that's just not the most athletic, not the most intelligent, but they are the most impactful football players on the field, i.e. Tom Brady. He ain't the most talented or athletic, but he gonna go out there and play 100% each and every time. Now, to the end of the play, when you said, should we trade back or try to trade up? No, you said trade back. I don't want to trade back in the first round. I want the best talent at 25. How the coaches and Ryan Poles have been talking, that's the way they've been looking at it. We looking at the best talent. It ain't, he said, you can hurt yourself really trying to cherry pick and look for a certain guy. So they said, we're going to look for the best guy available at 25. If you trade back, we already back. It don't make any sense. Stay where you're at.
I agree with a lot of what you said. Jack Sanborn and all those guys that's coming back, I think they should be good because I think these are smart football guys. The center position, I think what you said is very fair on both sides of the discussion between me and C-Dub. We always go, y'all know me and C-Dub. We're going to go back and forth regardless offline. It don't even matter. But trading up and trading down, that's why I had it as one of my biggest questions, because do you try to get cute or do you stick to the plan? Or if a guy slips, do you say, hey, fuck the plan. We going to get our guy. It's going to be interesting to see within the draft. But, hey, I appreciate the call, Milton. C-Dub, we about to get into this last one for the day. This last one is from Flex, not from 101. but this is from Flex. Here it is.
Flex is whatever.
Yeah, this is Flex, diehard Chicago Bears fan. I feel the Bears need some game records. If Emil McWarren is not there at 25, I think nobody's been talking about this guy. Christian Miller, defensive tackle for Georgia at 25 is a safe pick for Chicago. If E-Man Warren is not there, we can get a safety for one of our second round picks. And defensive end, I hope they look at them Big Ten guys, Dennis Denai Sutton, Atkins with Illinois, and my sleeper of the drafts, the Bears need to go get this guy. You can get him in like the 5th round. Red Murdoch, linebacker for Buffalo. He's a gem. He leads college football in turnovers. Red Murdoch. Bear down.
All right. Shout out to my man's Flex for the quick and straight to the point call. Appreciate you. When it comes to Christian Miller, I like Christian Miller. And Milton alluded to it not too long ago, just in the last call. NFL Central. Me and Steve-O broke down Christian Miller on NFL Central for people that wants a more in-depth analysis. And Steve-O does a really good job alongside myself with breaking down defensive and offensive linemen. And we like a lot of things that we've seen out of Christian Miller. I like him. Now, when you talk about Emmanuel McNeil Warren, I love my people. Black folks, we're going to always give him a name. We're going to give him a nickname. This man, Flex, called him E-Man Warren. Shout out to you, brother. But I do like Emmanuel McNeil Warren, bro. I don't know if they call him E-Man, but that's his name now. Shout out to Flex. And Red Murdoch, I ain't gonna lie to you. He was not on my radar. So I'm gonna do my due diligence and I'm gonna get back to you on that. I wrote his name down. I'm gonna check him out. I was thinking that more the Bears would be more in line with guys like Jacob Rodriguez out of Texas A&M. But we'll see what happens with that. C-Dub, what you got for us?
I want to talk about this prediction of a draft in linebackers. These are one of the positions that I least think that the Bears are going to try to draft. I think they're probably, you got Jackson over there, you got Hippolyte, you got Sanborn, some other guys over there. I think that and TJ Edwards. I think we're pretty much set at linebacker. I don't think we're going to hit at linebacker. I think defensive line, maybe the safety position. Maybe you see a cornerback surprise at the tail end of the draft, maybe 6th or 7th round or something like that, maybe. But I don't see a line. Tell me if I'm wrong. Is it possible that the Bears wouldn't touch the linebacker core in this draft?
It's possible.
Yeah, because that's what I'm kind of getting when I'm looking at the roster.
Because you think about it, you got TJ Edwards, Devin Bush, you got DeMarco Jackson, who you re-signed. You bring in Jack Sanborn. As of right now, I believe Noah Sewell is still on the team.
Yeah,
so that's 5 right there. So
Hippolyte.
I think Hippolyte, that's 6. So yeah, I think it's possible.
Yeah, so I think I like the guys. I like the kid from Illinois. He's a big, strong kid. He can get to the quarterback. He has a little trouble in the run game. He's not super bad. He's not disgusting, but it's glaring. You can see it at times. He does struggle in the running game, ultimately because he's trying to get to the quarterback. He think going to the quarterback. I think that's what is the problem. Maybe that can be fixed. I just think that we need to focus on what the team needs, and that is, and this has changed. I really went with edge first. And whatever comes after. But now it's kind of like you could pick either edge for edge or center position. And then that second play is either the one that came up on the short end, either the edge or the center position to me. And then probably safety can go in there and squeeze in probably at the second, when we pick in the second round, one of those. We do got 2 second-round picks as well. So it's going to be interesting to watch, but I don't think the linebacker position will be getting drafted in this draft. That's going to be interesting to watch.
It's definitely going to be interesting to watch. And shout out to Miss Milton and Flex for chiming in on today's episode, man. C-Dub, you got anything left?
Another week gone. Fuck out every week. I'm telling y'all, bro, how fast these be coming. Another week gone till we see the Iceman. C-Ball. Caleb Williams, boy. This gonna be cold, boy.
Talking about some damn C-Ball.
C-Ball. That's C-Ball.
But hey, man, that is it from us today, y'all. We appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode. Before y'all get up out of here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, man. Y'all make sure y'all continue to call in. The number to do so is 773-242-9336. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. I'm Bobby. That's C-Dub. Y'all already know. We're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure. Chi-Town up and bet down, baby. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.